It's your rock station, 99.7 The Blitz. It's Bodhi. We're hanging out at Sonic Temple 2023, and with us right now, Dorothy Martin. What's up, Dorothy?
Hi,
How are you?
what's up? I just got off stage.
Yes, you did. Yes, you
Yeah,
did. How you feeling?
Good, good. Yeah, I'm. It was crazy. It was a crazy show. They stopped us in the middle of the show. Some guy had passed out, or something had happened in the middle of the show, and so I don't know. I just instinctively started praying for him. I think he's alive now. We're good. I mean.
Cool. So what do you do when that happens? I mean, do you get a cue from tour manager, or does security turn around and say...
You know, all the security guards in the front, 15 security guards rushed the stage, and they were like, stop, stop. And I'm like, oh, shh, the stage is on fire.
Yeah.
I was like, the stage is on fire, or it's about to collapse, or active shooter, or I don't know, right? And I'm thinking, oh, gosh. It took me a minute to register. They were like, stop. And then I was like, stop the show. And then I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and I look, you know, because there's the runway that cuts through the audience. There's thousands of people on each side, and there's that runway that people like to crowd surf, and they end up over the barrier. And there was a man just sprawled out, and I don't know, I just started praying for him because I didn't know what else to do. I was like, I'm going to pray for him. And then in like 40 seconds later, you know, security guards were like,
green light.
I think he's okay. He's back.
Game on.
Yeah. And I was like,
Nice.
don't do drugs.
For real. Now, during your live shows...
Not that he did drugs. I'm just saying,
Right.
You never know. You don't want to heat stroke. Drink lots of water at a festival. You know, definitely don't. You know, a lot of overdoses do happen, but I don't know. I was like, are we witnessing a miracle right now? Because that's cool. I'm all for that. That's fine.
Yeah, and I mean, this is only the second day of a 4-day festival here, and I was already seeing people passed out in the shade, you know, yesterday. And, you know, thankfully it's not 100 degrees at this festival this year.
It's
so
nice out today.
I'm like, you guys, pace yourself. You know, it's a long 4 days here, so let's have a good time. But
yeah, the weather is so nice. It's perfect. We got a shady stage. I can't tell you, trying to sing rock and roll for 30 minutes when you're wearing leather and the sun is just beating down on your face is just a recipe for passing out.
I bet. Yeah, exactly. Now, when you're doing a live show, do you prefer to take us on a ride and tell the story during a performance, or would you just rather get after it and rock it?
Man, I'm the worst at talking to the crowd. Taylor Momsen's great at it. She's she's a smooth operator.
Yeah.
Smooth operator. I can't. I'm like,
No, it's
hi,
my turn.
everyone. I just want to sing the songs for you. Sometimes when I'm in the zone and I'm feeling real good, I'll make some jokes, and I'm like, all right, I'm charming today.
Yeah.
But usually I'm just like, do you guys watch The Office? You know? So it's like a dork. Like, I don't like doing it, so.
Well, hell, I'd be out in the crowd going, hell yeah, it's a freaking awesome show, Dorothy.
I'm just like, I like cats, and I like to watch The Office.
Now, do you prefer the live performance or the recording process?
They're so different.
Yeah.
I prefer the live performance, you know, when everything sounds good and we're really warmed up and it's a great crowd, great energy. And I like the recording process when we know we've written a really good song and I'm feeling, you know, creative. So it just depends. Like, every day is so different. Today, for me, I was like, you know, I was having a show. I was just like rocking, and I got my new in-ears, and they were not comfortable, and that's my thing. I always struggle with, but you know, like, these fly dates, they're fun. It's a lot of people, but you never, you know, when you go on tour and you have your rig and your setup every night, and you kind of do it every night, it's so easy. It becomes like breathing. But it's harder to fly in, and it's like we're going in cold, you know?
Yeah.
But it was still really good, and then you never know what's going to happen at a festival.
Your voice, I mean, Black Sheep, oh my God, your voice is so massive on that song. I love the way it sounds, and every time I introduce it on the air, I'm like, holy crap, you guys, get ready. Volume on 10, let her rip. It's Black Sheep on the Blitz, and it's just like, oh my God, it's so freaking powerful. What's the story behind that track?
Yeah, that track was for just the rock fans, rock community, you know, all the people that come to shows, love bands, love, you know, live music. And Scott Stevens and the Four Horsemen kind of wrote the idea, then we finished it over Zoom, and we wanted to write a song dedicated to all of you, you know, everyone that comes to these festivals. And listens to our type of music, and so it was just for them. And I think there's some really positive lyrics in there, you know. So yeah, it's just a I love you letter to them.
Nice, nice. Dorothy's hanging out with us on the Blitz. Who is the most excited member of the band to do shows? Is there somebody? Is it you, or is it one of the guys? I mean, who gets excited the most to do a show every day?
Our guitar player, Sam.
Yeah?
I think it's Sam.
Sam Bam?
Sam Bam. Man, he is a rock star. He's a legend. Nicest person and so sweet. And I feel like he's my little brother.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to protect him and take care of him. I think he's the most excited. I think we're all pretty excited.
Yeah.
Because once you 5 minutes to stage, the adrenaline hits and you're like, oh God.
Yeah.
Ah.
Now, is he the partier of the band too?
No.
No?
No. He's never touched anything.
Really?
No. He's never touched anything. I'm the one that's been to rehab a bunch of times.
Right, yeah.
No,
I
no.
don't mean to laugh at
No,
that. I'm
no,
laughing
it's
with
true.
you.
I talk about it. It's fine.
Right.
Look, listen. And I'm glad I ended up in rehab because I got saved in rehab. But, and, my life changed. But, like, hey, everyone's journey is different. That's not his thing. That's not his journey. That's the challenge I've been given to overcome, And I think Elliot, my bass player, is just normal. I mean, he used to be a psychopath. He's gotten in a lot of trouble. He was a hellraiser when he was a teenager.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're pretty mellow.
When you go to see a festival like this, or just any one of your favorite bands doing a headlining show on their own, when you have the time to do it, is there anything that you can still learn from other singers, whether it's just the way they're standing there or holding the microphone or talking to the crowd between the songs, or do you, go ahead.
Yeah, and I'll go buy live DVDs on tour when we're touring around, and we hit like a little town in Massachusetts, for example. I'm like, where's the coffee and where's the record store? I'm going to go to the record store and see if they have live DVDs because they're usually marked down, and I've collected them on tour, and I'll watch bands on stage. Watching them in person too is really great. I've learned a lot from them. I think you kind of find your way, It's easy to go through the motions. I'm really a bad liar. I'm a terrible liar. If I'm having an awkward show, I think it feels like the whole audience can see it because my body language. But if I'm having a great show, I'm like, I feel like super like Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And I think it translates. So I'm just a terrible liar. I'm not a good actor.
Well, when the show is done, are you just completely shot after a show, or because
I'm on a high for like 30 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe an hour, and then I crash.
Do you perform every show like it's going to be your last? Like, I'm giving it all for every show that I've got because just
depends.
in case. Yeah.
It just depends. I know. I mean, at these kind of things, I try not to push myself too hard. It just depends. Like, if we're on tour and we're grinding and we're playing a show every night, then it's about kind of like warming up slowly and getting into it, and then hitting those points. And I try not to like. I know when to push the gas and when not to push the gas.
Yeah, because it's like in sports, you always hear from players that, they get up for certain games because they're playing their rival. Is it the same way, in the rock world that, like, okay, you're playing Sonic Temple, it's one of the biggest festivals on the planet, and it's like, okay, we have to deliver at shows like this one. Is that the same kind of vibe? That you get up for certain gigs more than others?
I think that it's the audience's energy that really affects us, but also I think, like, the more kind of you just trust and relax, the more in the pocket you'll be, and so, yeah.
Yeah, because there's probably shows like, and I'm not picking on any market in particular, but there could be shows like where you're playing a city as big as New York, and then the very next night you're playing Casper, Wyoming, but Casper's audience could be unbelievable.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, because they're small,
Yeah.
and they're just like, you know what? We don't get this stuff very often.
Oh my gosh, we had the best show in Bozeman, Montana at this little theater, and it's like we'll play LA, it was great. Actually, we played the Troubadour, and it was awesome. Troubadour is always awesome, but we can play Ventura or San Diego in California, and it's like, meh, it was good, but then compared to Bozeman, Montana, you guys need to step it up.
Right.
Because they were lit. They were out of their minds. I had a guy who was like collapsing on the stage, like, give me water! I love you! Give me water! And I was like, oh God, please don't die.
What is your hour like before you do a gig? Like, what kind of show preparation
I
do
mean,
you
I'll
do?
make sure I'm dressed. I'll make sure I warm up and drink a lot of water and, take supplements like, to chill out and things that are vitamins and do warm ups.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure my makeup's on. Make sure
Yeah.
my in-ears are, good. Check my mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense, because everybody's got a different way of preparing for a show. I mean, some guys, they like, even in the rock world, like some bands, they'll listen to like EDM, to pump them up, to get them ready, for a show or something. And I'm not making fun of EDM. It's just reality. Some of them do it just to pump them up for a show.
I used to listen to Salt and Pepper.
Really? Before a show?
Yeah.
Nice. That was your jam?
Yeah.
That's what got you up and motivated?
Push it real good. Baby, baby.
Baby, baby.
Ooh, baby, baby. See, it works.
When's our band starting?
I know.
They're
We'll be
like, no, let Dorothy sing, Bodhi. You just step aside.
What are we going to call ourselves?
One good singer and the other
Pink
one
Stripes.
sucks. Right,
The
right.
The Pink Stripes.
Well, this is Dorothy, you guys, hanging out with us on the Blitz at Sonic Temple 2023. Thanks for stopping by
Thank you.
our studio office here for the
Awesome.
weekend.
Thank you so much.